Hello and welcome to another episode of Spire. I saw on Reddit this morning that someone's doing a tier list by comments, which I think is a fun idea. I'm pretty anti-tier list in general because they are so misleading on a game dependent on context as heavily as this one is. But they're just undeniably fun, and so making a community game out of it I think is a good idea. That has nothing to do with the context for our run today. Here's the context for our run. We're on 2-win streak. And this one, that I recorded just yesterday, was after, a few days off. You can see, I guess only 3 days off. But a lot of my other previous runs, multiple wins in a row in the same day. This is 3 in the same day right here, which is kind of crazy. And then we took 5 days off actually, and then 4 days off. And so I don't usually play every day. It just feels like this one was a very long time after my previous one because I went back to work this week, and so the week felt immensely long. Even though I actually only played these 2 runs 3 days apart. So it makes sense that I wasn't like rusty or anything and I was able to get the win. This was a pretty hard run. I bought an ice cream and I think that was the reason we were able to get across the finish line. I asked the question, how good is 2 shops at 200 gold each compared to 1 shop at 400 gold? Let's ponder on that as we get into our run today. Going for 3 in a row. Transform a card. Obtain a random rare relic. Interesting. Good, it's not Slime Boss, finally. For once. Elite Fire is a nice, powerful second half of the act. So if we can find a way to just get immensely powerful for Act 1 purposes, we will be very happy that we did so. And we even have a Fire Elite to lead into that, which is nice. Fire Elite. Elite Fire. And we've got some off-ramps if that doesn't look possible. We can just do Elite Fire or just Fire. Okay, that's like a no-brainer. Come here. It is a little bit awkward to get here. There's the shop in the way and these 3 question marks in the way. Don't really want to go to a... Well, first of all, is a shop better or worse than a question mark? An early question mark in Act 1? Oh man, that's actually hard to say. There's been a theme recently of my difficulty evaluating shops correctly. It's hard to understand what a shop is doing for you because we spend most of our time thinking about how important is a card reward here, how important is gaining extra gold here, and a shop is kind of the opposite. It's a way for you to just spend this one resource in mass to pick from a bunch of different things. So on the one hand, seeing tons of shops is good because you get to see more groups of tons of different things. More cards on sale, more cards, more relics, more potions. You see way more options in a shop than you see in any other node, basically. And so, in that sense, it's good to see more shops. So that's why you would want to see 2 shops with 200 gold each, rather than just 1 shop with 400 gold. Because you see twice as many options, which in the case of a shop, you see 5 extra cards, 3 extra relics, 3 extra potions, 2 extra colorless cards. Which is a lot more things to see. But the issue is every shop competes with every other shop in the game because you have to spend gold. Like, those options are only there in the context of that they cost you gold. So, because you have to spend a resource to take advantage of any of the options, which is not true of any of the other nodes. All of the other nodes are just like, here are your rewards. Your card rewards, typically. So with shops, they absolutely have diminishing marginal returns on like your ability to spend the gold, but they have increasing returns on how many more options they show you compared to normal nodes. So would I want to see a shop with only 115-ish gold? I guess it would be 120 gold on average by the time we get here. 119. And the answer is, like, probably not. Seeing all those options is, I think, not as important as making the first shop I see in Act 2 a wonderful opportunity to make my deck better at that point. So I think I would rather take the heavy question mark path up to this elite, even though I don't generally like really Act 1 question marks. And then we know we've got Hexaghost, tons of off-ramps, high potential for output in the second half of Act 1 if our deck has gotten strong. So what does that inform us about these choices? I think it means I don't want to take 15 damage. I think it means I do like transforming a card. So trying to snipe this elite is also possible. It's like a 50% chance though, I think is what the math comes out to. I've seen people do the math on this a lot. I don't usually try to snipe elites these days because pathing into many Act 1 question marks is so bad if you have other options. But since it looks like we're pathing into these question marks anyway because of how I feel about this shop and how I feel about the fact, you know, a floor 6 elite, which would be the only other places to go besides this fire, I think we're going to just path into a lot of question marks. So now it becomes a lot more important whether or not we can snipe the elite, not because we're trying to optimize Neosil meant for sniping elites, but because we have to take these question marks anyway. I think going for the elite snipe is really useful if you are taking these question marks, because the question marks often are opportunities to trade life for value, which is not as useful if you're going to be losing a bunch of life on your floor 7 elite. So there's some synergy there. I kind of like this. Enemies in your next. I think Transformer card is a little bit too low impact. Let's go ahead and try Neosil Mint here. And then we can just kind of optimize a little bit more straight up for Hexaghost. Speaking of which, Well-Laid Plans optimizes for Hexaghost. But Blade Dance is more of a must-pick for getting good in Act 1. But Well-Laid Plans is so good at what it does. Oh man, this is an important decision. Well-Laid Plans or Blade Dance? Blade Dance is really, really good. But it's just like so substitutable. I mean, we've got this card reward right here. Maybe another one before the elite, which would be bad because that means we saw a fight. But then, you know, a card reward here, a card reward here, and then we'll decide if we go to the fire. But, you know, more card rewards are coming. Lots of card rewards. Okay. There are so many cards that are as good as Blade Dance to pick, that do basically the exact same thing. You know, they all have their pros and cons, but typically until you get like a build going, all of the damage commons are pretty similar enough to each other, it doesn't really matter too much. Dagger throw, dagger spray, poison stab, slice. I generally prefer Blade Dance to all of those on floor 1, but Blade Dance is worse than all of those in its own ways. One really important way is that it's a skill against Gremlin Knob and what's her face, the Chosen. So if I take well-laid plans and then the only attacks I'm offered are those other like basic attacks, and I end up picking them because I know I have to pick enough damage cards to be good in Act 1, like I'm not going to be that upset. But the other problem is we are getting fewer card boards than normal because we're seeing so many question marks, which means we might not just get enough time. We might just not have enough time, period, to get the attack cards we need to get before Hexaghost, before the elite fights we want to start doing, before Act 2. And because there's actually this option to gather an immense amount of more power than we otherwise would in Act 1, if we can just get our deck strong enough, I think we should take the attack card. I'm sorry about these plans, but we're gonna take the Blade Dance. Yes, I thought about this. This is like far and away the best Act 1 event, especially for it to be your first event. This is huge. When I was thinking about, you know, a shop instead of a question mark, I'm like, if we can just get one of those question marks to be a golden idol, then I don't want to miss out on that for a shop. Anyway, this is very, very lovely. We'll take the -6 max HP. Okay, we see a shop anyway. Oh, but we can buy a terror. Yeah, give me a terror. It's insanely good. It's a huge outlier in how useful it is. Also, losing Shuriken and Tiny Chest, not a huge deal. Obviously, Shuriken can go hard and silent with cards like Blade Dance, but I'm surprised how infrequently I'm counting on Shuriken for damage scale. I'm not surprised. I mean, it's an uncommon relic. But yeah, silent does totally fine, not looking or hoping for Shuriken as its damage scaling option. Terror is such a good damage scaling option. 50% more damage for a whole fight on a particular enemy. It's a huge, huge, huge deal. Buying Sucker Punch is reasonable, by the way, and buying Master Staff is reasonable, but buying Terror is very clearly the better option. Okay, this is a free fight, and then we hope the next fight is not, or the next question mark is not a fight. Wow, Well-Laid Plans comes right back to me. I'll take it. Thank you, Well-Laid Plans. That was very kind of you. Okay, don't be a fight, please. Dang it! At least we got Poison Potion. Flechettes is pretty decent here. It's kind of bad in Hexaghost because of the burns. But how many skills do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in our opening hand, we would expect to see 3 or 4 skills in there. If we are, so if we run down and say just 3 skills in there, Flechettes, it's 12 damage on that turn. But but it can be more. You know, as you know, on average, you've got 3.5 skills in your hand on turn 1 right now. I guess it'll be a little bit less than that because we'll actually have a 17 card deck since Flechettes will be in the deck, but we're able to pick more skills. I like Flechettes here. I also like Dagger Throw. And Dagger Throw works nicely against Hexaghost because you can discard those burns. It is encouraging that we've already picked 2 skills, though Terror does exhaust itself. How likely are we to want to pick a bunch more skills to continue to fuel Flechettes, though? It depends on if this is Gremlin Knob. I just don't know. It's also less damage than Dagger Throw unless we have 3 skills, which is hard to do on most turns. I mentioned turn 1 because we have the 2 extra cards from Ring of the Snake, but most of the time we only have 5 cards in hand. Although we do have Well-Laid Plans, so we can actually hold. Oh, we can actually hold on to Flechettes until we get a bunch of skills. I like the Flechettes, and it might be the best upgrade. Well-Laid Plans is actually a great upgrade for Flechettes also. But I'm going to upgrade the Flechettes. Okay, this is Gremlin Knob, which is probably a good thing. Okay, we want to Well-Laid Plans. The question is, do I want Flechettes? And the answer is yes. I don't want to hold on to it for after Terror, because that's one less skill when you play the Terror. Okay, hold on to the Strike. Okay, we do need the Terror, and I think we do need to play Dance. This should be lethal though, right? We can do the math. This is 6 each, that's 18, so that puts it down to 41. And then another strike is 32, and then 5 poison is 27. And then 4 poison next turn is 23. And then this is 18. Oh my gosh, I don't believe it. We're 1 damage off of lethal. But no, we get there because we can play the other strike with the Well-Laid Plans. Hold on to the Well-Laid Plans, right? So I counted, this is 18, plus 9 is 27, 36, 45, 54, 58, and then the poison. Yeah, so we're good. And we can also hold on to the Blade Dance so we don't have to take extra damage this turn. So, Well-Laid Plans, already showing you why it's the best card in Silent. Oh, Bag of Marbles, insane. Oh man, Masterful Stab is quite good. Second Terror is okay, but not really necessary with Bag of Marbles. Yeah, not Second Terror. So do we want Masterful Stab? You know, it's not a skill for Flechettes, but it's okay. We don't need to optimize for skills for Flechettes. Yeah, I think I want more damage in the deck, and this is it's just a good one. Infinite Blades is pretty slow. It's also not only is it not a skill for Flechettes, it's just like I can just wait until I see another Blade Dance. We're no pressure to add a card like Infinite Blades to get us through a particular fight. It's okay in Hexaghost, but Masterful Stab will be pretty similar to Infinite Blades, even in long fights like that. Okay, definitely want to Blade Dance, and then the question is, do we just double defend? He's got 27 life. Yeah, double defend makes a lot of sense. 12 puts him down to 15, which is 3 strikes, or, you know, flechettes and strike if we can get that to work. Let's see if we can take none. Okay. This isn't taking none, but we just take 1 here, and he's dead next turn. One of the easiest hard pool fights we could have seen, by the way. Reflex is here, dagger throw is here. Dagger throw is a little bit worse with well-laid plans and flechettes, because the discard downside to dagger throw starts to hurt a little bit more when you actually are able to hold on to cards, or when the cards in your hand are able to power up another card in your hand, like flechettes. Still, we've only taken, I guess we've taken like 4 attack cards, and Terror is like the best attack card in the game. It's not really an attack card, but 4 damage cards. And it helps against Hexaghost for reasons I mentioned earlier. They're going to be burns in that fight. I'll take a dagger throw. But now I think I'm going to start being very picky about the extra cards I add to my deck. Okay, upgrade 2 defense. Let's drink this colorless potion. Yeah, I wanted to look for Apotheosis. It makes the fight way, way, way easier. We'll just wait until we can set some stuff up, get well-laid plans down. Get Terror down. Hopefully this fight goes well from here on out, since we got the Apotheosis from the colorless potion. I like flechettes pretty well here. 3 skills is probably more than I will typically expect. There's never a kill here, right? These are, I get 4 of these, they only deal 6 damage, so that's 24, plus 13, yeah. So we can just double block here. It's almost just blocks out, and then hold on to Blade Dance. Oh, and Strike. Hold on to both, because we upgraded Blade plans. Okay, do we just triple block? How much damage is this now? This is still 24. This is also 24, so that's, oh. Yeah, that's lethal. Okay. Wow, fruit juice. That's awesome. Wow, Nightmare. That should be awesome. Nightmare is a natural synergy with well-laid plans. Doesn't have any obvious targets right now, although like I can see it doing cool things with flechettes even. So I think we should take it. It's just a card that gives us way to answer boss fights. Wow. If you, well, this is weird. If you weren't here for my previous run, first of all, go back and watch that other run. But spoilers, we were offered Bonfire Spirits in Act 1 after taking Nightmare, which is a outrageous coincidence to see that 2 separate times. We gave it Nightmare in the previous run. I think I don't remember how much health we gained from it in that circumstance. In this circumstance, we would gain 24 health, 24 current HP, and 10 max HP. Do we just do that again? Extra max HP is quite nice for a lot of reasons. We do have a Centennial puzzle, which encourages us to just take damage in fights. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. I'll have to take this. I'm pausing the recording. Okay, I'm back. I decided that a really important consideration here is the current HP situation, where we're going up against Hexaghosts, so having tons of HP just like banked to make that fight easier is not actually going to make the fight easier, because Hexaghost deals damage to you based on your current HP on turn 2 of that fight. And then also, giving up a card here, like just giving up a basic strike, makes my deck very valuable in the long run. Probably more valuable than 10 max HP, but of course Nightmare also makes my deck very valuable in the long run, so I don't want to give it up. We're just going to get rid of it. Very happy about that. And then yeah, we're going to fight this Elite. Could be Gremlin Knob, but I think we'll be okay against Gremlin Knob. It's not a great fight for me, but I think we'll be okay in that fight. Well, it's not max HP, Gremlin Knob, and we got Terror on turn 1, and Flechette's has 4 skills in hand. So I think it's gonna go well. I think we can save the potions. We got Blade Dance on turn 1, which means it doesn't have to anger the knob. We got Neutralize not on turn 1, which is good. Good draw order here. But with the Centennial puzzle, we should draw all the remaining cards we need. Oh, we actually don't draw a Centennial puzzle because I blocked out. But that's okay, we still got everything we needed. I was actually kind of interested in not taking damage, so Masterful Stab would be cheaper, which, as you can see here, it was cheaper, which was nice. The Specimen. Wow, what a lousy rare relic, by the way. One of the worst rare relics. it can pack a punch though. Just usually doesn't. Okay, I like Cloak and Dagger. Okay, start adding block to the deck. It's also a skill for Flechettes. It's okay. Eviscerate's not the pick. We just don't need. We're not built around it, and we don't want to build around it, and we don't need the. We're not desperate for like a mediocre damage pick. Took no damage in that Gremlin Knob fight. I mean, we had a great draw order. Terror and Blade Dance turn 1, super nice. Is Cloak and Dagger the type of skill I want to be adding to the deck? Do I need a second Well-Laid Plans? Probably not. Though 2 tend to be good. I'm gonna Act 2 Hallways. I guess I just don't have a reason to think that Cloak and Dagger is especially good. It's less block than a Defend Plus or a Survivor. And it's a pretty small amount of damage, because I don't like have any synergies with Shivs yet. And I'd want to upgrade it, and I think at this point I'm much happier upgrading Blade Dance, Terror, Well-Laid Plans, Nightmare. Like, we have tons of good upgrades. I think we skip. Speaking of which, what do we upgrade? Nightmare's pretty good. It's hard to play a 3-cost Nightmare. Okay, Red Slaver. We'll see how this fight goes. We should have plenty of damage in the deck that I can do kind of a maximum block here and then extend the vulnerable for future turns. Okay, pretty unlucky with the flechettes. Draw order here, but it'll be good next turn, so we can just hold on to it for them. And I guess I want to block, because how much is this going to be? Yeah, this is going to be lethal next turn, so just take 1 more damage here, hold on to the flechettes. Another Masterful Stab, a dodge and roll, a dash. Dash loses a lot of its potency after Act 1 because one of the big reasons it's extremely not useful is Gremlin Knob. Still puts work in Act 2, or it can anyway. Yeah, I will add a dash to the deck. I think 1 dash is good. It's also a decent upgrade. It's kind of anti-synergy with flechettes. It's like a block card that isn't a skill. I don't think we need to play into flechettes that hard, though. I'd so much rather have a leg sweep. We could skip. How hard is Act 2? It's extremely hard. We have tons of starred cards in our deck still. Let's just take a dash. Alright. Upgrade Blade Dance, upgrade Well-Laid Plans. Yeah, I'll upgrade a Well-Laid Plans. Do we want to Nightmare the Blade Dance? Yeah. I don't know if we want to use Skill Potion here. I guess we kind of might as well. Dang, no flechettes is too bad. Let's just go for max block. Hold on to a couple Blade Dances. Flechettes will be great this turn because we're going to draw a bunch of extra cards. Yeah, we still want to Terror, I think. 9 times 5 is 45. Yeah, it's more. So Terror, Flechettes. Block. Should have held on to a Survivor. I didn't realize it was attacking for 6 times 2 already. Should be okay though. Take 3, not a huge deal. I guess we can Blade Dance, defend, hold on to dash defend. Hold on to maybe just double defend? Defend survivor, yeah, so we can discard one of these burns. Makes sense. Save Blade Dance for next turn. Uh-oh. It's getting dicey. This is 18, this is 18, 18. So we're taking, yeah, we're already taking 13 this turn. So this saves us not only 13 life potentially, but it might make sure that we, do we ever die next turn though? Like, should I just take 13 since that only, like, saving 13 life at this point in the act, we're about to heal for 75% of our missing HP, so 13 is only like 8. Nine actually. No, it's like saving 3 health for Act 2. I don't want to save 3 health. And 18 times 3 is 54, which means we'll be 13 damage off, which means like there's no way we don't kill next turn, pretty much. Yeah. Okay. Poison potion. Yeah, we can just drink the fruit juice. Doppelganger, tools of the trade. These are not what I wanted to see. You want to see after image or wraith form here. Great, great, great nightmare targets. Malaise is also a good nightmare target. In a lot of fights. We don't need the grand finale. It's not bad though. But it's pretty good with well-laid plans plus, but we don't have a lot of card draw. I don't want to build around grand finale. Tools is pretty good. Had a discussion on Reddit with someone about well-laid plans versus tools of the trade. It's like tools of the trade is a card that's a lot worse than it would be simply because it falls under the category of it's competing against well-laid plans for functionality in the deck. But I don't know if they really are anti-synergy with each other. I do think having 2 of them is still probably just good. Especially with still 9 strikes and defends in the deck. The problem is it is a card for long fights. It doesn't really help in hallway fights. And we're about to fight a bunch of really difficult hallway fights. And so I don't know if I wanted tools of the trade just like hanging out in the deck for the next 13 floors before it's useful in the boss fight. So we just pick Doppelganger. Doppelganger's okay. It's a lot worse with Centennial Puzzle. Doppelganger gets a lot better when you have some defensive relics in the bar. Or some really efficient defensive cards, which I guess neutralizes pretty, like, cost efficient. And 2 defend pluses. It's probably good. Ring of the Serpent, Coffee Dripper. It's gotta be Coffee Dripper, right? Not being able to heal is scary, but extra energy is really, really good. Really good. Really, really, really good. We need the extra energy. And we'll just play around the fact that we can't heal accordingly with our pathing. I don't think we're especially good against Act 2 Elites, so Elite Fire Elite without being able to heal. Probably not what I want to optimize for. Who are we fighting? Collector. We do still want to get in a reasonable amount of elite fights, if we can. Also, a shop goes a long way. The only way to get a shop before any elite fights is this one right here. Also gives us some nice upgrades and then elite fire. It's kind of a slow act too, but I can get behind it. Also, we could put bites or apparitions in the deck, both of which would be great. So question marks, shop, a couple upgrades. Just don't fight a bunch of elites in this act. And that should be okay. Yeah, let's just do... Yeah, I mean, here's the exact situation I was talking about. It's like Doppelganger feels so pointless because it only draws 2. I guess it gives us extra energy. Yeah, we'll save the energy. It's not pointless. Even though we don't get to draw all the cards that we spend energy on. Uh-oh. No, this is fine, right? Terror, this becomes 18. 20, yeah, it's enough. Oof. Flex Potion or Skill Potion? Flex Potion's pretty good with flechettes. Maybe Poison Potion is worse. Ooh, a backflip plus? That seems very good. Yes, please. Nice. We'll take, we can't heal. Man, I had this exact situation pretty recently where I'm like, oh yeah, like, book is good here because we had a 2 cost attack in the deck. So an Economic Curse is good when it normally is not. And then the other ones are of course good. And then I didn't realize I had Coffee Dripper, and then we like took some damage in the next Hollow fight match. So it's okay, we have a rest site coming up before we have to fight an elite again. And we got to the rest site, I'm like, oh, I can't rest, so I'm gonna be at 5 HP. And so I did limp through the act at like 5 HP the whole act. There's a key difference there was I had Toy Ornithopter. So I actually was able to sustain myself a little bit, despite taking some damage. But there's enough difference here where I'm not poised to take an elite fight until here, if at all. I'm at 54 health. And this book is probably really good. So I am going to take the 21 damage, even though I can't heal it back. It is Necronomicon. So Dash just got much better. 50 gold goes a long ways. And Ritual Dagger, we're not farming fights in this act. Let's just take the 50 gold. Well, I'm glad we did, because we got this surprise shop here, so the extra gold matters a little bit more now. Anchor's a great relic, like a really good one. With Nightmare in the deck. I mentioned we need defensive relics to try and get... defensive relics make Doppelganger better, it makes Nightmare better, because they're cards that you can spend lots of energy on without doing anything this turn. But the game gets to the point where you need to be blocking every turn, so if you have ways to just passively block, like Anchor, freely use your energy on these scaling up cards, it's really good for you. And then Orange Pellets tends to be very good. We have a power in the deck, I don't have any problem adding more. So we could just take those two relics. That's 320 gold though. So like all of our gold. But I mean, getting rid of Frail is huge, getting rid of Vulnerable against the Heart is huge. These just solve a lot of problems. Maybe Anchor's not a buy, 171 gold for an Anchor. I think it is though, it's gonna play in almost every fight. It does mean that like Dash overblocks on turn 1 because of the Necronomicon, but I don't think I'm that concerned about that. Deflect's okay, but I will skip. Well, now we don't have to go to the shop. A big reason we were coming here was because we needed to see a shop to spend our money effectively. Now we've spent our money effectively. We could go fight these elites. How good are we in elite fights? With a flex potion, we could assassinate people pretty quickly. Flechettes. Skill potion gives us a little buffer. If it goes poorly, could be in trouble. I'm feeling ambitious. Man, healing 13 is actually quite nice. I'm gonna heal 13. I don't think I need to look at cards right now. I need to be, like, if I can get through more elite fights, that's way better than looking at more cards. Alright, here they are. Let's just drink the flex potion now. Nice, that's a kill there. Yeah, let's just take a little bit of damage to rock max damage on these enemies. Well, yeah, so Terror, Blade Dance. Oh, it doesn't even kill you because I'm weak. That kind of sucks. Okay. Not my favorite outcome in the world, but... Oh, it does kill you because of orange pellets. Huzzah. Full block. Look at that. Okay. Hold on to Nightmare, because we can Nightmare dash. Dash was the last card. That's too bad. So we just backflip. We Nightmare dash. We'll do it this way. Hold on to these. And then double dash will kill over the next couple of turns. And block out over the next couple of turns. Okay. Juzu bracelet, sure. Endless Agony Plus? It is upgraded. I don't have any synergies with it, but other than the fact that it's just like front load, which front load is good. I do have some anti-synergies with it where I am prone to overdraw. On turns with Doppelganger, Centennial Puzzle, Well-Laid plans, all competing for hand space. And shuffles. This ends up being 0 for 6 instead of 0 for 12. Because it shuffles one of these guys back into my discard pile when I draw it, because I get to max hand size. Something. It's also just not good against some of the most important fights in the game, the Heart and Time Eater. And I think I'm okay on the front load right now. The Necronomicon Curse matters a lot. Oh, speaking of Necronomicon. Choke? Sure. It's ludicrously effective. So, I guess we should take it. We should also probably upgrade these dashes and chokes because they're getting doubled by the Necronomicon. Let's upgrade the dash first. Okay, this is fine. We get to do the same thing we did before. Just Nightmare the dash. And then, just play dash plus every turn until he's dead. It blocks out for many of these turns. Nice, we got the well-laid plans. There's the terror. Hooray. Jeez, this is so powerful. Oddly Smoothstone is great. Blade Dance Plus is pretty dang good with Choke. We already have a Blade Dance. Doesn't help so much in Heart and Time Eater. Man, suddenly we're very good against Act 2 Elites, apparently. I mean, Necronomicon is insane. So we don't really need Blade Dance. Because we don't need to get better against Act 2 Elites that much. I don't know, Gremlin Leader is tough, right? Actually, we're very lucky we haven't seen Gremlin Leader yet. That's probably the hardest fight for us. Because we don't have any AoE, and this Necronomicon thing is very chunky amount of damage for big targets. I will take a Blade Dance Plus. I think I don't take Molten Egg. We're not taking that many more attacks. I don't know with Necronomicon. There just aren't that many though. I'm gonna take the Sapphire Key. And I'm gonna take this Elite fight instead of upgrading something. Is that foolish? I am at 41 life. If a fight just goes poorly, we can just die. And I could just upgrade Choke and be safe. I don't know, we've got Anchor. I'm feeling good. It slavers again. It's probably a good thing. Pretty happy about this Blade Dance Plus now, huh? Take none here. Uh-huh. Terror, Choke, Blade Dance is one way to play this. Terror dash Blade Dance is another. Just do Terror dash Blade Dance, I think. We're still weak. Okay, we get hit for 8 here. Not the end of the world. Draw a bunch of cards. We are weak again though. Rude. I guess we'll just kill him this way. Backflip. Blocks out, so I guess we can just strike. Strike. Hold on to these. We take a touch more here. Take 4 damage. The fight is now over. Prepared plus? Okay. It works with choke. It helps us cycle through our deck. We have tons of starter cards to discard past. Sure. Meal ticket, great. Sustain, since we have coffee dripper, is always welcome. Okay, this is what I identified as potentially the hardest fight. Man, this can go well here though. We just use Choker to assassinate Gremlin Leader. This is 18, so that's just a kill on you. This is 13, so that's a kill on you. All pretty efficient. Oh. Don't want to squeeze in 6 extra damage by playing Neutralize now, but at the cost of not having it next turn. Yes, I don't think I need it next turn. She's usually summoning, even if she's attacking. There's a good chance I don't need Oh, this is terrible. Drew all my block cards right here. Oh, I can hold on to them. Well-Laid Plans is super good. That's why we used the potion. She's not attacking. We've got dash in here. So how close are we to lethal if we get weakened? Dash is only 9-ish damage. But she's vulnerable, so it's actually like still 13 or 14 damage. Times 2 is 26. Yeah, we should have lethal. If we just go for her. I think we can even full block. Because that's how good Necronomicon is. Oop. Okay, maybe we didn't need to use the potion in that fight. I do remember. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, reflex? With the prepared and the well-laid plans, the dagger throw, the survivor, terror plus. It's kind of nice as well. Doodle, yeah, with the Necronomicurse. Really cool, just two passive strengths from a relic is actually really meaningful. I think I want to upgrade Choke next. I like taking another terror. You like seeing it, but there's the bag of marbles. I was about to say, you like seeing it sooner rather than later, so the second convoy is useful for that reason. And then also there are some pretty crucial fights that have 2 phases, or enough multiple enemies that you want to be able to play terror more than once. That's true for all of the Act 3 bosses. But it's not really true for the heart. And for peeling artifact, we do already have bag of marbles, and for having terror on turn 1, we already have bag of marbles. We don't have tons and tons of yet. I think I want the reflex. I don't know. It's like, I'm thinking about how likely am I to pick something like Calculated Gamble. I think I'm still pretty likely to pick it, but it does have some anti-synergy with Nightmare Well-Laid Plans. Where it's like, I want to hold on to some pieces to get them together. And Calculated Gamble makes that impossible. I think I actually rather would just have a Terror Plus. Okay, do we want a question mark that we know can't be a fight? Act 2 question marks are good. I think I'm still yes on Bites and Apparitions. Weird, I think it is a question mark. That's best. Writing on the wall is still probably better than I mean, it's 100% better than an upgrade. There's, oh yeah, there's also Forgotten Altar is good because we have Golden Idol. Weird, I guess we take the question mark. Sorry Noloth. We like our Dual and our Necronomicon too much. I think we have lethal if we do it this way. We get to land the choke here, so we're actually dealing damage to the actual health. Yeah. Destroyed. Concentrate. We don't have enough card draw to justify it. Man, Concentrate and Reflex together would have been a nice pick, though. I didn't grab it. Oh well. Yeah, we can just skip. I don't need those cards. Upgrade Choke. I don't know, guys. Was that a good turn 1? Okay, I think we are just going for the kill on Collector. We don't have a well-laid plans. Yeah, we'll take just a little bit of damage here to get the Centennial puzzle to go. Make sure we draw a dash so we can block out this turn. Slash maybe kill this turn. Yeah, we just have lethal. Okay, awesome. Wow, Oh, these are the choices you like to see. I want all of them. Oh my gosh. Why couldn't I have been offered one of these in the Act 1 uh, rare card choices? It's probably not After Image over Wraith Form. Wraith Form, I think, just has stronger upside. Well, I don't know. After Image works with, you know, Necronomicon. Not in the sense that we get that much benefit from it. One additional card play on a 2-cost card to make us happy. It's like, oh look, we're blocking with After Image. But just in the sense that we can play it in the same turn as those compared to Wraith Form. Like, if you play Wraith Form, you can't in the same turn play Dash or Choke. Unless we get an extra energy. Which maybe we will, I don't know. But Wraith Form, Nightmare, Well-Laid Plans, seems really, really good. It's just like a definitive block solution. Phantasmal Killer's cool, but I don't think we need it. I'm gonna take the Wraith Form. Wow, Snecko? Or Calling Bell. With Doogu Doll. More relics is good too. Or Fusion Hammer. I could see any one of these helping us win the game. Quite a few relics I'm still happy to see with Calling Bell. The extra curse is definitely bad. I mean, it's like funny to be like, oh look, synergy with Doogu Doll, but like another card in my deck that's preventing me from getting the cards I need to get. And only like one real card draw card. I don't know. Prepared is actually real card draw when you have this much. When all you really care about is cycling, drawing through the chaff or whatever. I kind of like the fact that Necronomicon can reliably give me dash or choke doubled. Snecko is like kind of synergy with Necronomicon in that it can make you have a lot more options for which attacks you're able to double with this relic. But in reality, it's the more expensive cards that are the ones you want to be doubling, because they're the ones that do more things. And so Snecko is going to give us turns where choke costs 0, neutralize costs 2, and it's like, that's cool that we can choke for 0 and then double neutralize with Necronomicon, but it's actually just worse than knowing we can play choke twice with Necronomicon anytime we see it for 2 mana. So I think it's not Snecko. So I think it is Calling Bell. Upgrade Wraith Form is actually pretty important. And then also just having stuff to do at campfires is pretty meaningful. But I am worried about having... Oh, those are some good relics. Thank you, Calling Bell. Like, Bag of Preparation already makes up for the curse that Calling Bell added. But I was about to say, I am worried about the curse that Calling Bell has added. Bag of Preparation is just like, no problem. We're already net 1 card deeper into your deck by taking Calling Bell. Okay, it is Bird Boy. Lots of ways to get stronger. Probably do want to see a shop. The shops are not super convenient. I guess Elite Fire, Elite Shop, Elite. Just 1 fire to upgrade the Wraith Form. It's a late shop, but it's mostly okay. Gives us a chance to heal with meal ticket. I think we are good at elite fights. I think this deck is very strong. Nightmare Wraith form, dash choke. It is still just 4 energy. But 3 strength, Mercury Hourglass, Incense Burner, Bag of Prep, Flechette's with Bag of Prep, Anchor, Orange Pellets. Can't do that, because we take thorn damage twice. We could do it now, but we take a little bit of damage. I want to try and not take damage in this fight. I think that's totally reasonable. Okay. Double dash. Strike. Blood Sun's in there. Cool. Cool, cool. Is this lethal? Yep. It's exactly lethal. So just lock, lock. Boom. Duplication potion's nice to have, by the way. I don't think we need any of these. Zero cost block is kind of good to add into the deck, but we don't have lots of backflips and stuff. Don't have footwork. Don't have acrobatics, so cards that don't do a lot for us drawing them aren't very good because we're low on card draw-ish. So even though it does a lot for its energy, I think it's a skip. Madness? Nah, Madness isn't great because we don't want to hit the choke or dash with it, which takes a lot of the use case out of it. We'll just lose 3 max HP, not a huge deal. It's like the worst event to see, but it happens. I'm okay. I mean, this is a class. I don't know if this is the fastest way to win, but it's the fastest because I know I can turn my brain off and win the fight this way. Probably had lethal that turn, actually. Instance burner on 5. I'll take an acrobatics, yeah. Dagger Spray Plus is actually kind of nice. Because of Reptomancer. And Duvu Doll, it's 9 damage twice. And against Bird. Do I take a freaking dagger? I don't know when the last time I took a dagger spray in Act 3 was. No, I don't think we need it. The thing is, it's like it's not up against a skip; it's up against an acrobatics. I don't know. Acrobatics is like not nearly as good as backflip. Sure. No, no, we're not paying 476 gold at mask. We can Nightmare Wraith form. I don't think that's as useful as Nightmare Dash. So we Nightmare Dash, and we well-laid plans, and we hold on to Dash and Terror. We Terror, Dash, Flechettes, I guess? Or defend. Hold on to Dash Dash again. Take none here. Dash Dash is lethal on this guy. Locks out for this guy. Yeah, we'll just do it this way. We block out this turn because of the neutralize. We also have lethal this turn. Okay, took no damage. Great. Unceasing top. Backflip is good. I mentioned specifically that backflip is better than acrobatics, and so I can just wait for backflip, and sure enough, here it is. Don't need the envenom. Unceasing top probably doesn't do anything, but we'll see. Yeah, so I think this was the plan, right? Elite fire, elite shop, elite. Double choke is amazing. Do we want to well-aid plans, or just play a Blade Dance? I kind of just want to play a Blade Dance, because it's so much damage this turn. I mean, how much damage is it? It's 4 card play, so that's 40 damage. And then the shivs themselves are 7, with vulnerable is 10, with slow procs are like 16. So 48. Yeah, I don't know. Well-laid plans versus Blade Dance. Let's do Blade Dance. It's a pretty good turn. But our turns like only get worse from here on out. I don't really want to nightmare these. I don't need to defend, so I can just neutralize. Flechettes, Doppelganger. Horrible intangible turn. Do I Wraith form? Because next turn looks like it's gonna suck? Yeah. Buys me a couple of turns. Yeah, we can voluntarily draw a bunch of cards here with the Centennial Puzzle. Although maybe we should do that next turn. Sure. We should be okay next turn. With 3 Blade Dance pluses. Yeah, and a choke. Cool. Preserved Insect, also very cool. Preserved Insect's gonna help a lot against Spear and Shield, especially with this type of deck. Predator and Sneaky Strike have Necronomicon implications, but don't think we need them. Necronomicon lets this be energy positive. It would be nice to have some extra energy in the deck, but it's only if we do it with a prepared, which is kind of hard. Or a dagger thrower or survivor, but that's, again, kind of hard. I don't know, though. Well, yeah, in a 31 card deck with so little card draw, it's unlikely that it'll line up on the right turn with the discard cards, so I think we have to say no, unfortunately. We want to upgrade the Wraith form. Hate this fight. Although, a Parasite wouldn't be the end of the world. Kind of funny. Okay, we can get rid of the debuffs here. And just become intangible. We actually can't get rid of the debuffs. But double dash is pretty dang good. Usually. Nice, we're blocked out. I think we just end turn, hold on to these two. Okay, we'll hold here, because we don't want to get cursed or worse. Oh, we do take 3 though. Whoops. That was probably avoidable. Well, this is like always lethal, so I guess we just stall for Incense Burner. We want burner on 4, I guess. Another prepared. We can't upgrade it though. I think that's a skip. A Sucker Punch plus? Yeah, I mean we have like no other weak in the deck. Weak goes a long way in Act 3 and 4. I just have a hard time seeing myself wanting to spend 1 energy on this. Not that hard of a time imagining the circumstance. Heart's attacking us for 45, and we're frail, so it's like, oh, well, we can at least make it weak. It's optionality. I'll snag it. Toy, Ornithopter, crazy. 2 elites and a shop. Reptomancer is just dead, right? It's kind of absurd how dead Reptomancer is. Get to keep Incense Burner on 5 for the next fight. A Vajra, sure. Another Well-Laid Plans is honestly very good. It makes pellets easier to activate. We get to see it in the fight more reliably on the, you know, as early as we need it. Yep, we're gonna recall as much as we can here. Bandage up is whatever. Madness is Panacea is okay. Kind of doesn't matter that much with orange pellets though, if at all. I don't want Panacea. Good Instincts is okay. Kind of low impact again for a deck with so little card draw. Impatience rarely triggers. I like Deep Breath. Getting chokes and dashes back into the draw pile could be nice. Although Violence is card draw. Violence is probably better. Okay, I like Violence. I think this is a skip. And I think this is a skip, or it's Good Instincts. I think I can take Good Instincts happily. Heal with Meal Ticket. Oh, well, there's a Clockwork Souvenir. We have so much money, we should probably buy it. But Potion Belt is insane as well. The thing is definitely Potion Belt, because not just because of Toy Ornithopter, but also because of Speed Potion. Just stacking potions that are going to be immensely good with orange pellets, I think will help us win for sure. I think removing a card is really excellent. Just remove a strike here. Yeah, I mean, Clockwork Souvenir just seems good to make sure we can block the Vulnerable of the Heart, even if we don't manage to draw. So it's like if we draw Well-Laid Plans on turn 1, it's like we're just going to play Well-Laid Plans. It's not like we're going to save it to get rid of the debuffs from the Heart on turn 2. So Clockwork Souvenir really helps with that if we don't see Wraith Form, I guess, on the first cycle. And even if we do see Wraith Form on the first cycle, on turn, I guess on the first cycle, we have the option to save it potentially because we've gotten rid of the vulnerable from the Heart. And so maybe we can piece together some block pieces that allow us to save Wraith Form for in cycle that will be more difficult to block. Do I want 7 max HP? I mean, it's good. But I think the Act 4 shop will also be good enough that we should not spend frivolously. I will take the Clockwork Souvenir though. Don't think I need these potions. Don't need these cards. Yeah, I'm feeling very good about this. Run. Hello, guy. What have we got here? Don't really need these, although with flechettes, maybe we discard a strike and a Sucker Punch. That makes sense. Okay, we don't want those. Grab a well-laid plans, apply the terror. Just hold on to Wraith form. We're coming in for 45. I must admit that is quite rude, so we'll just take one by playing Wraith form. I will Violence and Masterful Stab and Well-Laid Plans and hold on to these, and you're dead next turn. We took one in this fight. Pretty good. Old Coin is awesome. My first Piercing Whale? Yeah, we should take Piercing Whale. Even with really good, defensibility, it's still nice to have a Piercing Whale. Bronze Scales, that's also nice. Okay, we got a recall. Well, it's just too powerful to not choke on turn 1. Do we want to use an attack potion? I'm not that scared of this fight, so I think the answer is no, I don't want to use an attack potion. I do want to make you vulnerable. I do want the well-laid plans even though it powers you up. I'll use Blade Dance to work on these guys. Very effective turn 1. Take a little bit of damage. 7 gives us a bunch of extra card draw this turn, which is nice. Nice clean 50 damage to get rid of you, although maybe we say because Dagger Spray is coming up, I'd rather deal 75 damage to the boss. Seems very powerful. So does Double Dash. Whoops, perhaps I should have nightmared that dash. Let's just take you out so I don't take as much damage this turn. And then hold on to these two, I guess. Take 2, not a huge deal. And you're not dead yet, but we'll see if we draw something that lets me get there. No, we do not. Okay. Dang, that actually is really bad. So I guess we need the Piercing Whale. Or use the attack potion. Sure, I mean attack potion's not great in the next 2 fights. Oh, well dash is great. I don't know if it gives me a kill here, but I think I should take it because it's just so powerful. Yeah, it doesn't quite give me a kill here. Does it with the thorns? 15, so 8. So yes, it does give me a kill. Amazing. And we block out. And we reset the strength. We also get a free turn to set up because it killed itself on its own thorns. Cool, and then we just hold on to the block cards so we can deal with the 40 damage coming in next turn. Sucker Punch helps. Double dash helps though, too. Taking only a little bit here, but we might as well block it. Let's not keep the blade dance, let's keep the backflip because we do want to block next turn. Let's do this. That's a lot of damage you're hitting me for. Okay, take 8 damage here. I don't love that. Double dash is good. Now we're basically blocked out. I guess we can actually block out by playing defend, but I'd rather develop a little bit more damage, I guess. Nice, we got it. Okay. Oh, and incense burner's on 5, which is probably the best. Okay. I don't know, maybe a little bit of a sloppy fight. But I didn't take very much damage, so you can't complain about it too much. Flechettes is good. And violence is okay. You heard it here first, folks. Violence is okay. I think I kind of want to save violence, because I don't want to just like draw dash and choke immediately and be like, oh, those don't do anything here. But we're not necessarily gonna. Oh, we drew exactly those. Well, that sucks. Okay, do you want to get rid of the artifacts? So we'll do it this way. Let's just get Doppelganger out of here. Nice. Yeah, I'll just take a Wraith form. It's kind of huge, actually. Now we just rush Donu all the way down. Get rid of the last artifact here. Take a little bit of damage, but it gives us extra card draw, so I guess that's okay. Terror is here. Dagger throw. Sure, I mean, Masterful Stab plays twice. What a weird, useful scenario. Okay, Dona's almost dead, but we're taking some damage here. Or getting attacked for some damage. You don't necessarily have to take any. Depends on how well this draw, how good this draw is. It wasn't very good. Do we Nightmare Blade Dance? How good is Blade Dance? Good enough, I guess. Yeah, because that's actually a lot of damage we're taking this turn. But, Donu's dead next turn. I guess just hold on to these to... Well, how often can I kill next turn? Not very often, right? Because she's blocking for herself, so... Oh, but we're intangible. That was foolish. It was extremely foolish. We're getting punished here. Man, I really wish we had held on to 2 blade dances here, because I was... I wasn't thinking. Hopefully it doesn't punish us too much. This is 30. Okay, we're close. Oh, we have double dash, so that's nice. We actually have lethal. But do we want it? We can set instance burner up. We want instance burner on 4, 3 or 4. Which do we want? 3 or 4? Probably 4. Okay. The damage we take there doesn't really matter because of meal ticket. We heal back up to full anyway. We get another upgrade here. Violence, backflip, okay. Doppelganger, actually okay. Terror, These don't really matter, it doesn't seem like. I think I will upgrade Doppelganger. The extra energy that we can gain for ourselves on a future turn might matter a lot. Alright, here we are. We have 600 gold. Not great potion options. Panache helps with orange pellets. Dark Shackles is better than Piercing Wail. How many Piercing Wails do I have though? Just the one? I might buy both Dark Shackles and Piercing Wail then. Remove a strike. Look at Ori. Let's look at Ori first. I think I should take Malaise. It's useful against the heart. I'm not into those. I'm not really into those. Another well-laid plans, nah. Prepared, nah. Tools of the trade, it's okay. Phantasmal Killer. Well, here's a Piercing Well plus, but Phantasmal Killer. Phantasmal Killer can be a little bit hard to line up. I think it's probably good though. Tools. Okay, I do like the malaise. I think tools is probably good. I do want to remove another strike. Okay, could still pick up Piercing Well and Dark Shackles. Malaise means I need those a little bit less. Maybe I just take up the Dark Shackles. Whetstone doesn't really matter, does it? Like, rather buy a panache, probably. Panache has a pretty small amount of damage. Work with orange pellets. I don't know if I really care about that. Then Chaku might be nice, but I'm gonna have a hard time keeping track of it because it'll be on this page. I don't think I want the panache. I do think I want weak potion and piercing whale and blessing of the forge. Okay, wow, lots going on here. Do we ever have lethal on Spire if I or maybe if I use the most amount of damage would be weak potion and blessing, I guess, but weak potion appeal the artifact. Choke. So let's count up card plays for the actual choke effect. So we get 5 damage for the second choke, and everything else is 10. So it would be 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, of course, plus 32 is 77, plus 16 is 93, 103, so it doesn't quite get there. Unless backflip drew us into... Well, let's start with that. Let's start with... I do think I want to double choke and see what backflip draws us. Yeah, it didn't draw us into what we needed. So... it's actually close, because we can make this cost 0. I do think I want the Blessing of the Forge. We're like actually just almost dead. Wait, how close is it? Because there's thorns too, and there's I guess the Mercury. We can just kill next turn. We're intangible next turn. We get 20 damage with Dark Shackles and Strike. So that's a 25. Strike puts it down to 12. So close. We really want to well-aid plans. So I guess we take 2 here, which is fine. I think we want to Nightmare the Dash. Yeah, you're taking 12 from Thorns, but then you do take a little bit from Mercury Hourglass. You just don't die is the awkward thing. But you're not attacking next turn. You are getting blocked. We'll just kill you. Okay, double dash. Another dash. Sucker punch, malaise. A terror sucker punch. Sucker punch, malaise. Takes none. Then you're dead. Not next turn, but the following turn. So we would kill him on. Yeah, 4. It was perfect. No, it's not perfect. Not yet. It's on 2. If we kill him next turn. Instance burners on 3. We want instance burner on 4 ideally. 3 is okay, but 4 is better. So we try to block out next turn with what? With Wraith Form? And neutralize, I guess, helps. We do want to be able to kill in time, though. So I guess we don't hold on to neutralize. Yeah, because we don't need to, because he's not attacking for that much. Right, okay. Don't need the terror. Do want a phantasmal killer, so he's dead next turn. Yeah, I guess we just doppelganger. And it should be lethal next turn. Like, pretty easily. Yeah. Okay, we got a potion back, that's nice. We don't need that crippling cloud, I don't think. How important is it to be able to peel artifacts? Choke can do it. Sucker punch. Extra terror does it, yeah. Neutralize. So I think we're okay on that front. We're gonna get a bunch of extra dexterity from this guy, the orange pellets. So just skip, I think we're fine. Healed back up to full because of the blood vial. Remember when we took 2 damage? Crazy stuff. Okay, is there anything we want to duplicate in this fight? Duplication potion? Maybe Wraith Form. Just an easy one. Definitely want to double choke here. We've got no powers, so we can't get rid of the dexterity down from speed potion, so we shouldn't play it. So do we just malaise? I mean, it's a boring turn, but it's very effective. Hopefully it's the big attack next turn. I don't know about this. I do want to get more damage in here. There's not really an effective way to do it, though. I guess Sucker Punch malaise. guarantees that it's, yeah. That's at least a little better damage-wise. Okay, no well-laid plans yet. We're not vulnerable, and we're in nice. Really good order. Okay, we have the power, or we have a power here to get rid of the debuffs. This does nothing. Getting hit for none here. We'll toss the Dark Shackles because we don't want to play it yet. We absolutely want to play Terror. And we do want to get this damage in. Oh, we're taking some damage here. Whoops. Not even a bad thing if it lets us draw. And also we can heal that back up with these guys. Ooh, that's good. I'll just Doppelganger. Hold on to these. Yeah, we can Duplication Nightmare to get more Wraith forms, or we can just Duplication Potion Wraith form. Honestly, I think duplicating Wraith form's easier. We'll just hold on to Nightmare and we'll play Phantasmal Killer Blade Dance here. We have double damage this turn. Doesn't matter because we can't really take much advantage. I guess we'll do it this way. Sure, bounce well-laid plans. Sure, that's fine. Good instincts, violence. Double dash is actually good because we need help blocking out this turn. Probably should have held on to the Blade Dance until we got choke, but whatever. We're not dealing double damage, so I guess I might as well do this. It's a pretty easy heart fight. There's just like most of everything gets there. Backflip is good. Killing the artifact is good. Dagger spray is good. I guess Blade Dance is good. Survivor. I still have Dark Shackles in there, so we don't need to keep the piercing. Oh, we could have kept 3 cards though, because I played it. Yeah. We're also intangible this turn. Well, we were intangible this turn anyway, but we have like an extra sequence of intangibility. It all works. We'll double choke, take a little bit of damage, but then block and heal it up. We'll hold on to these. The heart's dead next turn. GG's. Cool run. This one didn't feel nearly as hard to play as my last one, and you can see it was a little shorter. We finished in just about 2 hours. Necronomicon is a big reason why. Necronomicon is insane. Even with what's otherwise a bad card like Choke. Very interesting. We had generally really high relic quality this run compared to my previous run, I think. Although a lot of it just like was so much in excess. Like Mercury Hourglass is good, but the point we got it, it didn't matter that much. Incense Burner is amazing, but even didn't probably matter very much. Unceasing Top did nothing. Tornadopter is generally very good, but didn't matter at all. Same thing with Preserved Insect. Duvudal actually was huge. I think this run gets a lot harder without Duvudal because our damage is it lacks a lot for sure because of the extra value on Necronomicurse and the Terror. Vulnerable on turn 1. Potion Belt was just a nice quality of life thing, super not necessary. Yeah, this deck just gets there because it has Nightmare Wraithform, but we didn't even do Nightmare Wraithform stuff. Super weird how this run felt so easy. I guess having the best energy relic, Coffee Dripper, is really nice as well. Just like plentiful elite fights, right? So we amassed a lot of power. 30 relics, though, I mean, obviously a lot of them are not really like output relics. Like, Calling Bell just gives us more relics. I guess that's the only one, though, that's like a placeholder relic. Everything else kind of matters, except Meow's Lament. We had Black Star here, we didn't even have as many relics. Yeah, 16 relics compared to 30 relics. We had twice as many relics here. Again, not quite, because Calling Bell doesn't really count, but the point is, it's like if you get that many relics, and they are all good relics, which like these are almost all good relics, then the game gets trivialized in some ways because you don't need to rely on crazy synergies or specific strengths that you have. You just have like a little bit of strength in everything just sprinkled in there because you just got this vast array of relics that are all giving you all reasonably useful things. I guess also a really cool story here is Juzu Bracelet, and then all these events. Necronomicon, obviously phenomenal. 50 gold, probably above average compared to a fight. Surprise Shop was weird, but allowed us to path into more elites and more question marks, since we didn't have to go the other route to get another shop. The library we healed for 13, we were overly cautious. You see we never got below, it looks like 29 was as low as we got, 24 by the boss fight, so we could have just chosen a card here instead of healed. But it gave us some confidence to take on all these elites. A surprise chest. We ignored a lot, so I guess the question marks here didn't do us that many favors. Same thing here, we got freaking Winding Halls, which sucks. And Tomb of the Lord Red Mask, which we ignored. Wow, it's weird how there are things I'm like, oh, this deck must have been powerful for this reason, and then I investigate, I'm like, actually that's not why it was powerful. Like, these question marks actually didn't do that much for us. Golden Idol was obviously good. Surprise Merchant giving us Terror was good. Surprise Fight, just a free strike remove, is whatever. Sensory Stone is kind of whatever. Double Orb Walkers is kind of whatever, since it only gave us an unceasing top. I guess it technically allowed us to get Old Coin by getting us farther into the rare relic stack. Anyway. I'm trying to come up with like a more satisfying explanation here, but I guess that's kind of it. I mean, we were offered well-laid plans. Well-laid plans is a huge one, right? Well-laid plans is insane. We were actually offered one on turn floor 1, skipped it because we were trying to be like proactive, and then were offered another one immediately after. And we're like, nice, we'll take it. It makes the game so much easier. I don't know, sometimes Act 1 is so hard. I guess we were aided by the fact that it was Hexaghost and not Slime Boss. Okay, but that's 2 in a row. And also, no, that's 3 in a row. Oh, nice, that's 3 in a row. And also brings me up to, okay, yeah, we start here, so this is 1, 2, 3, no. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out of 11? 9 out of 12 or something like that? So 75% win rate in a sample size of 12? Which you can, in some ways, think of this as 11 out of 12 as far as the seed being winnable and our approach to the seed being a winnable approach because of the 2 losses in here. And that doesn't count for win streak purposes, but for win rate, when we're trying to ask, like, how often are we playing the game in a way that is allowing us to get a win if we're just going to roll a ton of seeds until we can get lucky enough that we get a string of winnable ones in a row. I'm not trying to artificially inflate my win rate. My win rate is currently 75% over the last 12 games, but our play over the last 12 games indicates that our win rate can be much higher, and we need to continue to make the decisions that we've been making that allow us to beat hard boss fights. I think something really important to point out is that in these last 3 runs, there have not been very many hard boss fights. This one was. These were hard boss fights because our life total was really restricted. We couldn't heal, and we came into, you know, we took a ton of damage from Transient. I remember really kicking myself over that folly because then the rest of the game became such a tight. So yeah, this was like a potential misplay that might have just cost us a win. So we haven't rooted out all of our bad plays against bosses, which means they will still negatively impact our win rate. In this case, it was bad play against Transient, but the same idea. It's the same concept that in the micro play within a fight, we are not reliably preventing ourselves from making no mistakes to the point that we can reasonably expect that this is, oh, like, really, we're at an 11 out of 12 win rate. No, really, we're at a 9 out of 12 win rate, and these seeds have not really tested us on crazy difficult boss fights. Not that there haven't been other difficult things about the run. This felt like an extremely difficult run right here, the one that I recorded yesterday. You can see it took us 2.5 hours. This one took us almost the same amount of time, 2 hours and 18 minutes. That's weird, because my recording hasn't even been going. Oh, I paused in the middle, right? I had to take a phone call for like 20 minutes or something, so this was probably a sub 2 hour run. Just much easier. It was tricky. This run was very tricky. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you next time. Hopefully we get 4 in a row next time, but this is 3 in a row, which is amazing.